What's going on, my logic tiers? Welcome to the madness. So, we have a Blue Steel match that I'm going to showcase. I'm just going to showcase the second match. We already know he's Blue Steel, and I am on the draw, which I think is a really powerful thing to show because you're definitely in the negative when you're on the draw into this matchup. What am I running? I'm running my Underworld deck. So if we look at this, what am I trying to do into Blue Steel? First and foremost, I'm trying to get Smees, trying to get Lawrence's, I'm trying to get Robin Hood's. I want to quest and go to town. What am I worried about? I'm worried about Cogsworth. Cogsworth can start doing a lot of damage because he can start putting resist on his characters. And the more Cogsworth he gets down, the less your songs start to matter. I'm worried about Cinderella, and I'm worried about the Cinderella grab your swords combo that's going to do 3 damage because 3 damage is going to clear a lot on your board. You lose your aerials, you lose your Cinderellas, um, so there's a lot that can happen with that. So, like I said, into the mulligan, I want my shift line, I want my Sneeze, Lawrence, Rapunzel. Those are going to be huge. If I can get down a Cinderella, that's going to be really big. One thing I would caution, you're never going to keep Cinderella in the mulligan. Do not do it. It's way too slow. The other thing I would caution is that if you don't already have a wide board, be careful with Cinderella if you have seen them play Let It Go in game one. Now, if they've already played it in game two, you have a little bit more freedom to use it. And because normally they'll only play one or two of that card. If they play three, then they're losing some ramp or other things, and that's in your favor. Things you're safe inking. Uh, Generally, I'm fine with inking bare necessities on the draw. I'm fine with inking underworlds on the draw. Um, Even Cinderella's. Uh, Again, you want to keep these heavy to cost singers, especially Lawrence, Robin Hood, Rapunzel, things like that. So, with that being said, we're going to go into this match, and it goes pretty well. You're going to see the power of what a two quest does. And you're going to see also what happens when that you're still okay, even if you don't get your shift line, when I lose my shift line to a baboon. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the match, and I'll kind of talk through what I was doing as I played the match.
All right, so we are on game two of a Blue Steel match, and I am on the draw. Now, what is happening? He knows what I'm playing. He knows I'm playing SteelSong, and my hand isn't too great. You're about to see me mulligan four. Um, and why did I keep these three? Robin Hood, Ursula, and Rapunzel. So I kept these three because I know he's running Smees and Argus. I wanted Ursula, that way I could play her on turn two if I did not get some good one drops and I can blast anything that he plays. The other benefit is that Ursula is really good into his Flaversham because I can sing Zeus with Flaversham or to hit Flaversham, and then if let's say I have Cindy down, take it out with a Let the Storm Rage on. I get my mulligan back. It's not great. Things are not looking good for me. But we'll see how it goes. Blue Steel is notoriously not the best match, but we'll play it all the same. So I draw into a Cindy, which I'm not too upset about, and I go ahead and play the Cindy. I play the Cindy and so over the Robin Hood because Cindy will allow me to possibly hit something that he plays. So if he plays a Smee, then on turn three, I might have three characters down, like the Robin Hood, and then go into Ariel, and I can blast the Smee and be free to do with as I please. And there's the Smee. So now I have to make a decision. I think I ink the Ursula and end up playing the Robin Hood. Let's see. ink the Ursula, play the Robin Hood. That way I can try and do the shift line for next turn. And of course I don't quest because I don't want to lose Cindy. So I'm not feeling bad at this point. I'm feeling okay. I feel like things could go positive in my favor. Got some good questers, some healing for card draw. Things are looking up. And then he does something very rude. Boom, boom. And of course, he hits Robin Hood, which is the right move going into turn three. So at this point, I'm a little like, well, crap. So I take my early aerial and let's see what I decide to do. I ink the bare necessities and play the aerial. And at this point, I'm hoping for a wheel. That's really what I want to see here, and I don't get it. So we move on with our lives. We take the let the storm rage on, and we'll go from there. Of course, I don't quest. I can't quest. He has a popsicle, so he can heal his Smee if he hits into Cinderella. So just really not a great place for me at the moment. But let's go ahead and see his turn. He's had a pretty good start so far. He's got a popsicle, a fortisphere, and there's the quill. So uh, you'll notice that I inked that bare necessities earlier, and the answer may have been to play the bare necessities, but that just would have been a really slow turn, and I would have lost my Cinderella. So that's why I didn't go with that line. So, see a Cinderella doesn't do me a lot of good. So I play the Rapunzel because it gives me a third character. I can blast the Smee and I can start questing. And this is one reason I love Rapunzel. You don't need to hold on to Rapunzels, all right? Don't do it. Don't be greedy. Play the Rapunzel into Bluesteel. Get your quest for two. You want as much quest power as you can possibly get. So he plays Whole New World here, and that hurts a little bit because I'd really like to have kept my flute, but more importantly, I was going to shift into Cinderella on the next turn. So that hurt. But as you can see, I Whole New World into a Cinderella. So at this point, I'm feeling really good at this point in the game. I hadn't seen any Let It Snows, Let It Goes the previous game, so I don't believe he had anything. And so I shift into the Cinderella, and I'm questing for six now. Three with Cindy, two with Rapunzel, and one with Ariel. So I go up to seven just like that, and I pass it to him. So far I'm feeling really good. He doesn't if he just doesn't have a lot of options anymore. He's not red blue, so he can't be prep. No ladies remains, no Medusas to slow me down. Um, so he doesn't have a lot of outs. Even his only out that he could possibly have would be let it go. But again, I don't believe he is running that. So let's see what he does. Tamatoa, all right. And of course, he wants Tamatoa because it gives him something, right? It gives him an ability to hit into my Rapunzel, take out my Ariel, things like that. But I'm okay with this because I have another Ariel in my hand, but I also have a Zeus and I draw into a strength of a Raging Fire. So I can just sing with Rapunzel, I can sing with Ariel, and I can take out Tamatoa and quest for three. So again, do not be afraid to play your Rapunzels when you're not healing anything. Questing for two is so powerful. And questing for two is something that can't be taken out by grab your swords, can't be taken out by grab your swords, or it's just really powerful. So do not underplay what you're able to do with that card. Now, quest for three, move on. I'm feeling pretty good. I still have a flute, still have an aerial. In this matchup, if you don't have to, don't be the one that wheels, okay? If they're a Bluesteel player and they're playing wheel and you find out in the first game that they are, you don't have to be the one to initiate it. Unless you're just in a dire position, let them do it. And if they're low on cards, as they are often, let them be the ones to wheel. Let them hard cast it or use their Cogsworth and move on. So here he goes double Cogsworth. He's getting ready to try and sing because now he can sing, grab your swords, double grab your swords, anything to slow me down. So I'm at 11. I can quest for 6 here, and looks like that is what I'm about to do. But he goes ahead and picks up because I play a Lawrence. So what am I doing? I'm just trying to go as hard as fast as I can before you can ramp up too much. That's the whole goal of this, and we will talk about that a little bit more. But that was my Bluesteel match, 2-0 against him in Pixelborn Connect.
So there you go, guys. That's a Blue Steel match, just one game. But the biggest thing I wanted to showcase in that is that you don't need to be greedy. So many Steel Song players think that I have to play the wheel every time I see it. I have to get optimal draws with my Rapunzel. I have to do all these big giant plays, and that's not the case. Sometimes a 1-5 quest for two is just a 1-5 quest for two, and that's okay. So make sure you see those lines. Make sure you're getting it down. And you're, like I said, you're just trying to race them before they can get to the point where they're getting those Cogsworth down and they get the Tinkerbell down, and then they get the Smees down that don't lose health every turn. And now you can't answer anything on their board. And now you're stuck and just sitting there because if you quest, they die. If you sing, you can't kill anything anyways. So do not hesitate to just put everything down and quest your heart away. They have no B prep, okay? They have no way to massively clear your board. And you're okay to start doing that stuff. You can't depend on your flutes because a lot of the times they're going to run those beasts or they're going to run the the Titans card that banishes a location or a flute, or sorry, item. So you can't depend on that to win you the matches. Okay, so get your cards down, quest, move on to the next match with your win and a smile on your face. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, my logic tiers, be happy, be healthy, do your push-ups, drink your water, and have a great day.